Jürgen, sum up your feelings after that.
I saw many people leaving the stadium. Well, I felt pretty alone in this moment. This day is for all kids who were awake that night and have already a little bit of feeling for football. Football only really works, in my understanding, when we all play together.
You know, you look back to his first press conference, we're on a journey here.
Missing a chance is positive because it means you have a chance.
Liverpool triumphant. Messi mashed on Merseyside.
I think we all can improve. With all, I mean the team, coaches, manager, and the crowd.
It wasn't a trophy. It wasn't even a win. It was a scrappy 2-2 draw against West Brom, a game most would forget. But for Liverpool, that night in December 2015 was something else entirely. Because while many mocked Jürgen Klopp for celebrating a draw, inside Anfield, a seed had been planted. That night wasn't about the scoreboard. It was about belief. And from belief came everything.
Got some big breaking news from the Premier League breaking right now. Brendan Rodgers has left Liverpool.
When Klopp arrived in October 2015, Liverpool were broken. The miracle of Istanbul was a decade old. The title slip of 2014 still haunted the Kop. Brendan Rodgers had promised a revolution, but the dream collapsed, leaving the squad fragile and the supporters divided. Klopp walked into a team with no identity, players unsure of themselves, fans tired of false dawns. The club still lived in the shadows of its history, proud of its past, but stumbling through the present. Klopp knew he wasn't inheriting champions. He was inheriting doubters.
We have to change from doubter to believer. Now.
But belief is fragile. It doesn't appear in speeches. It has to be lived, built, tested. And the first true test came not in a final, not in a famous win, but in a cold, ugly December night against West Bromwich Albion.
I don't know if it's normal in England or things like this, but I want to say thank you. That's all.
Liverpool versus Tony Pulis's West Brom. A clash of styles, but also a clash of eras. Liverpool wanted to play front foot football under Klopp, but the squad wasn't ready. Mistakes were constant, confidence brittle. Craig Dawson and Jonas Olsson scored for West Brom. Liverpool, flat and frustrated, looked beaten.
Strike! Oh, Liverpool have done it! It's deflected.
But then, in stoppage time, Divock Origi struck. A deflected shot, a scruffy equaliser. Hardly a moment for the history books. And yet what happened next was unforgettable. At full time, Klopp gathered his players. Shoulder to shoulder, hand in hand, they marched to the Kop. And there, in front of a restless crowd, they raised their arms in unison, saluting the supporters as if they'd won the league. It looked strange, to outsiders ridiculous. The cameras zoomed in, pundits scoffed, rival fans laughed, social media mocked. But inside Anfield, something shifted. For the first time in years, there was a connection. Players and fans together. No trophies, no glory, just unity. And Klopp understood what few others did, that to rebuild Liverpool, he first had to rebuild belief. That celebration wasn't for a result, it was for a principle. Klopp was telling his players, you are not alone. He was telling the fans, you matter even in failure. And he was telling the world, this is the beginning of something. The mockery was loud, but Anfield remembered. In the months that followed, Liverpool's football slowly began to change. The press became sharper, the intensity higher. The players bought in, the fans bought in. Even in defeats, like the Europa League final in 2016 or the heavy losses to Sevilla, City or Spurs, there was still belief. And belief matters, because football isn't just tactics or transfers, it's trust. Between players, between manager and fans. That night against West Brom, Klopp had built trust, and trust would carry them further than anyone imagined. By 2018, the seeds had grown. With a front three built for chaos, Klopp's Liverpool had reached the Champions League final. But in Kiev, they fell. A goal-keeping nightmare. Real Madrid's experience. Another heartbreak. And yet, the fans stayed. The belief held. Even in defeat, Liverpool were applauded off the pitch. This was not the Liverpool of old, fractured, broken, divided. The bond forged on nights like West Brom held strong.
History made at Anfield. Barcelona beaten. Liverpool triumphant.
4 years after that cold night against West Brom, when they were mocked for daring to celebrate a draw, Anfield witnessed a different kind of defiance. A 4-0 comeback to rival Istanbul. When the final whistle sounded, Klopp gathered his players once more in front of the Kop. Only this time, the sound that met them wasn't polite applause, but a wall of song. The Kop roared their belief back at a team that no longer needed convincing. What had once been a gesture of hope had become a statement of power.
Jürgen Klopp and Liverpool's king to the Kop are champions of Europe once again.
And in June 2019, Liverpool became champions of Europe once more. Not through miracle, not through fluke, but through strength, resilience, and faith in the journey. The salute that began as a laughable celebration of a draw had become the symbol of a revival. So why does that night still matter? Why remember a scrappy draw that most clubs would forget? Because Liverpool's rebirth didn't begin with glory. It began with defiance, with a manager willing to be mocked if it meant building something deeper. That celebration was never about West Brom. It was about Liverpool, about the connection between club and supporters, broken for too long, being stitched back together. That night was the moment Liverpool stopped living off their past and started building their future. The miracle of Istanbul had been a resurrection, a moment in time to remember. Klopp gave Liverpool something else: belief in tomorrow. And that's the beauty of football. Sometimes the most important nights are not the finals, not the trophies, not the miracles. Sometimes the most important night is the one everyone else laughs at. The night Klopp was mocked, but Liverpool were reborn. Thank you for watching the video. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.